You don't need to drive 3 hours to know that a caravan deal is bad, do you? Today we're gonna answer exactly that question. Can you spot a bad caravan deal before you actually see it? Welcome to Caravan Watch. Hi guys, I've prepared for you another 2 adverts today to go through and have a look what they offer for us. But through the video, we're gonna answer one very important question, which is how can you spot a bad caravan deal before you actually go and see it in person? Let's dive into it. So here's our first contender for the day. Both of them are gonna be from Gumtree, a well-known website that you can find everything and caravans. And what we have here is a very interesting title. Caravan for sale, Eldest Odyssey 2013. Definitely not a 2013, that's for sure. Excellent condition plus loads of extras. Let's go. 100% is not a 2013. Yeah, I would say maybe between 2002 to 2005 at the most. Not bad looking on this first picture. It's got a cover, it's not bad. But just where is it parked? It looks like a field of some sort. It's definitely not a caravan storage. And it's not a camping site. Interesting. Straight away on the inside. And what do we find here? In this photo, the first and foremost thing that catches my attention is that the walls and the caravan internally has been repainted. Really bad thing, in my opinion. I'll explain you why. Not considering only the actual layout of the caravan or the size, just have a look at everything else. So, despite the color, you know, maybe the previous people liked that shade of green, this has all been touched up. So have the walls, different wallpaper from the original one, cabinet doors, and the roof, as much as I can see from this picture. They kind of show us what we can do with the beds here. That's nothing that we don't know already. Get another picture from the outside. Forward, back, a bit weird. But okay, we know we got a cover. A picture of the hatch, just above where the 2 front sofa bits are. Light, smoke detector. I don't know what we want to see in this picture, to be fair, but we can definitely notice that the caravan has been painted. Shouldn't look like that on a caravan of this age, for sure. Nothing, basically nothing on this picture. Okay, a picture of the outside now. This is on a campsite somewhere. It don't look bad, but it's far away. We can't really see nothing. What we can see here is only the external shape, but way too far away to be able to distinguish any cracks or anything wrong with this caravan, either being on the side or on the back panel. So again, a little bit of a pointless picture, I would say. And we're again back inside. We can see that the front bed has been formed here. All the cushions are covered up with something. Again, preference of the old owner, but I would personally want to see what's underneath this because it could be a disaster. We can see wear and tear here and definitely a new floor. Okay, again, another picture of the front. So exactly the same picture as in the beginning. It doesn't show us nothing different, which is not helping us. And it's not helping this advert score, if you ask me. What we can see from this picture though is that the blinds have been changed, so has this been done up a little bit. Yeah, this corner is exposed, and I think there is something not right down here, just from the difference of color. Again, we can't be sure about that because it's not close enough. But yeah, let's hope the photos forward a little bit better. Okay, we've got a fixed bed. This is one of the nice layouts that a lot of the people like to purchase, because you've got an actual space where you can sit and have your dinner, and then you don't need to take everything away if you want to go and have a little lie down. You just jump on the fixed bed. The mattress on top of the bed though gives us the idea of what the color used to be. And I presume only that the front bit is with the same shade of green as well. But again, this is covered in the back, all the walls have been painted, and the cabinets. Not the greatest choice to do up your caravan, if you ask me. The original look is, in my understanding, that a lot of the people on the market prefer to purchase. Everything that looks like that gives you a little bit of a hint of potential problems. And in this picture is showing as well that we've got some sort of an awning with it. Guessing by the size of this, is probably just a porch. But let's see later on what's in the actual description. Moving forward, we see the middle cabinet, and the top layer of all these walls around the kitchen has been changed, but you can actually see the original color inside this cabinet. This is where your TV can sit, so you can swivel it forward and back, aerial, and your entry points for your power. Picture on the outside again, 3 windows, but is this the first one? No, but this time without the cover. We can't really distinguish nothing. I can see that there's a piece of that window broken off here, which could be a minor problem, but it could be a major one as well. If it's cracked a little bit further in, this window is going to get filled up with water. You don't want that. The other ones look whole, but we can't see nothing of this condition of this area here, where the hinges are and where the panels overlap themselves. Not even on the side as well. We can't see the windows. Basically really bad photos. Okay, we've got, what is that, 3 water pumps. It's not bad to have a spare water pump, yes. Parts around the caravans, like parts around your cars, can just die whenever their time comes. So if you don't want to get left out, it's nice of you to have a spare one just to plug it straight in and continue the use of your caravan. But 3, why would you have 3? In the next picture, we see that there is a clamp with it and a motor mover, alloy wheels, but nothing else that this picture tells us. It's been a screenshot from something, so interesting, done late at night as well. And here we go into an overlook of the caravan. Definitely the floor has been changed, and the internal bit of the caravan has been repainted. So has the fridge, cabinets, everything. Only the worktop, I believe, is the original color, this greenish, because it looks like the mattress on the bed around the backside. But no, nothing that can give us a little bit more of a hint of what's the condition of these top corners, these bottom corners. Just visual look of the caravan on the inside. Here we go, another one for the kitchen. Yep, this wall has been covered up with some sort of wallpaper. I would guess it could be to clean up a little bit easier, but all the way around, it's just done up to have a nice fresh look. Here we see the other walls, again over the door. Everything's been redone in this caravan. Fully repainted, customized to someone's preferences. Again, this is another screenshot of something. It's not an actual picture. Another screenshot. I do not like screenshots in adverts like that. You either make the pictures nice and clear, like in real time, you've done it there and then with your phone, not just screenshotting something else. This makes me think that you are actually screenshotting a previous advert that you bought this caravan off, but that's just my doubts. And we can see in this picture that the flooring actually is split, and in the bedroom you've got carpet, which looks fairly new and clean, so leads me to think that it's been changed. Again, the picture from earlier on in the advert, nothing new to see down there. Here we have the compartment just over the Truma blow air heating, just to see it inside. This is the original wallpaper that you can see on this wall. It's different from everything else, like I said, but it's filled up with stuff, so we can't really see anything at the bottom or the tops because the picture's been taken this way. And picture number 20, again, this is your owning wherever you've got, and this is another part of your owning. Or maybe they're 2 different ownings, no clue. Hopefully the description will figure that out for us. What we can say about these pictures? Not the greatest, definitely. And to be fair, the state of the caravan inside is not one of my likings. I prefer the original look like I mentioned earlier. But some people do that just because they want to freshen up their caravan. Personal choice. For pictures, I would give them 4 points because I couldn't see nothing that makes me think that there is no problems in there. Exactly the opposite. I'm starting to think that all this paint and redoing in the caravan is trying to hide a massive problem. So let's dive down into the description quickly. I'll leave it here so you can read it for yourselves. So as you can see in the description, very well maintained and looked after, and with a big list of extras. I wouldn't say that. A lot of this stuff needs to be coming with the caravan when you're purchasing it. Gas bottles, water pumps, Aquaro, Waste Master. The owning, yes, it could be optional, you could buy a caravan without it, but spare wheel? Come on. These are standard basic bits that you need to have in your caravan. They are not extras that you're supposed to pay more for. They need to be in there, and that's how it should be. But unfortunately, this person thinks that he's offering a massive amount of extras with this caravan. I don't think so. For this description, I would give again 4 points, because even though it has the information separated, like what comes with the caravan and what might not, it's been typed in a little bit deceiving, trying to tell you that everything that you're getting is optional extras, when they're supposed to be part of your caravan purchase. So I think that's a reasonable score. And let's head to the main topic, the price of this caravan. Coming back to the top, let's see. £3,800, 2013. Let's dwell on this for a little bit. So first off to start, this caravan is definitely not a 2013 as I mentioned in the beginning. It is from the earlier 2000s and it's totally been reshaped inside, something I do not like and would not buy for myself. Even though it looks good, If you know what to look at, you are gonna notice that the flooring has been changed, which makes you think that there could be problems. All the walls and the cabinets have been repainted. That could have been done with a positive idea just to freshen up the look of it. But in my opinion, it could be a potential way to cover flaws in the caravan, like damp in specific areas, and trying to take your eyes away from them. And having all this in mind, with the price of £3,800, I believe that is not reasonable in this situation. A caravan like that would probably go between £2,500 and £3,500 if it's in its original shape and it doesn't show any signs of damage. But this one, being repainted, I believe is getting closer to the 2,500 mark. That's why I will give again 4 points for this advert. Enough said about this caravan. Let's go to contender number 2 for today. Here we have the second caravan I chose for today. Bailey Pagant Series 5, 2006 5-berth caravan, motor mover owning separate shower, which sounds very well in the title. But let's jump into the photos. The first picture gives us a view from the side. Yeah, I would say it looks pretty decent. It's clean, relatively, and the windows look in good shape. I don't see any cracks or something majorly broken. The cap for the trimmer heating's around the back here, doors and openings. Good picture, gives us a nice view from the side. We can't really see here though, which is a minus for the moment. Let's go to the next one. Here we have the caravan hooked onto a vehicle already, but the view is from the opposite side. Here we can actually see a little bit better, but again, it's not close enough because these Bailey caravans do have problems in the front. So as much as we can see on the pictures, the better for us to judge what's the state of that area. But it shows us the opposite side. Again, all the markings are here with all the stickers. The door hasn't been changed and the windows look intact. Nothing broken or cracked as far as we can see from the distance these pictures have been taken. Metal wheels, I would say, with covers. All the railings are here. Nothing major that can catch our attention in this picture. Jockey wheel is here, and also the cables that run towards the vehicle. It's got an alcohol hitch in the front, and let's move on to the next pictures. A nice look from the first side of the caravan that we got shown, but this time we've got the back panel as well, which to be fair looks in a very good condition. Nice blacked out windows, or it looks like they're blacked out windows all over, and the panel looks clean as well. So the markers, the brake lights are here, and the handles are not missing. I am not sure that this is always on all the caravans around the back area here. Usually you don't have this. The actual panel just continues to there, but maybe on this specific model, we've got this little bit different shape with some sort of purpose on the inside, but let's wait and see. Okay, we've got a picture from the opposite side. Nice and bright, so we can have a good look. Yes, the windows do look good, and the caravan overall on the outside for now looks very decent. I'm pleased with the state of it. And now let's jump into the inside. And hopefully the pictures are as good as they were on the outside, or maybe even better. So we got a nice overview of the middle area of the caravan. Here's where you enter, and the kitchen. Nice big kitchen in this caravan. Gives you a bit more space. Compartments for stuff down here, the cooker and the fridge right next to the door. Nice big glass lids that you can use to extend your worktop if you're not using either the hobs or the sink. Blind here. Original walls and ceiling as far as I can see now, not like our previous contender. And here we have on our left hand side a bit of storage over the blower air heating, which is right here. And then we've got a bathroom right in this area where the mirror is placed on the wall. Door is closing the back side of the caravan. Let's see what's in the back behind these doors, but I presume it's going to be a nice bed. Another picture, a little bit different angle. We can see some of the controls here, a couple of sockets, and a little bit of the front seating area. At least it's not been covered with some sort of quilts, and we can actually see the condition of the cushions. It looks nice and clear, a little bit of wear and tear signs here and there, but nothing that can catch your eye. Nice big hatch in the middle with some lights. But in the daytime, this will let so much light in that it'll be lovely just to sit in this area. Again, we see the kitchen. They've opened the door now. So what we got here is a set of 2 sofas. They can turn into a pretty decent sized bed when you drop all these cushions down and you put all the bits in the middle. And the bonus of being able to close it off turns it into a nice bedroom. Let's see if we're going to have any pictures close up. Now we're back at the front. We see the seating area a little bit more, but again, it's only showing us the kitchen, where we're more interested in this part, in the front bit around the windows, just to see what's the state of the caravan over there. Going forward, we're seeing the left-hand side. Oh, this is with one of them L-shaped sofas in the front. Continues here, and then just across the windows, We've got a little sitting area here, but only for one person. Yeah, and a nice big window on this side. Again, we're far away from the back, and it's not turned around to the front as well, so not particularly happy with the pictures of the areas that have been pictured for now. In this picture we can see we've got carpets that go on top of the original floor, but they can come out. As you can see, they're in a couple of pieces. I would say 1, 2 around the back and 3 down here in the front. You can take them out, wash them, or if you've got pets, take them off so they don't get filled up with hair. It's a bit easier to clear the floor this way, and they do look like they're in good shape. Okay, finally we have a picture of the front. But saying that, having a picture of the front means that we can only actually see the shape of the sofa in the front and the amount of cabinets that we've got. The blinds are operational, that's good, and we've got all the curtains in place. But we're interested here, what's going on in these corners? And also, what is going on underneath here? It'll be nice if we can have it lifted so we can see how much space, first of all, and also what is the condition of the floor and the walls in these corners. They're crucial for us. Moving to the next picture, we see the sink and the hob lids lifted up. We've got our water pump in there, and fridge looks like it from this angle of the picture, and as well the cooker looks in nice clean state. Plenty of cabinets more. You can see the door a little bit. You've got a fly screen just in front of the door, which is great if you want to leave your caravan open for a bit of fresh air. And then we've got a picture from the back side. So actually the person's been sat here on the second sofa that you don't see from these cabinets and from the bathroom around here. It doesn't look bad. You're obviously expecting wear and tear of this caravan, being a 2005-6 model, somewhere around these years. Original wallpaper though, nothing's been done up, so it looks fresher. The other picture shows us the actual door for the bathroom and a little bit of the other side. Here is the table that's being used in this part of the caravan, and that goes underneath to form the actual bed. Let's see what's going on in the next pictures though. Okay, yeah, an overall look, but again, we would like to see these corners down here. We haven't seen them. Up here would be nice if we can see them, because it's a little bit shady and it does not let us judge the corner very well. At least we can see around the hatch up here. There's no discoloration or anything that makes us think that it might be leaking. But again, it would have been really nice. One thing that I am gonna forget. Look at these brackets down here. This means that we've got an additional bed that can be formed right on top of this one, which actually has been stated in the title of this advert. 5 sleeping placed caravan. That is your 5th bed. It is expected to be used by a young child because even though they rate it for about 40 kilograms, I would definitely not go up there. Small child will fit perfectly and will actually enjoy being higher than everyone else. Here we have another view of the front, but we're not interested in that. We want to go into the bathroom, and we don't have a lot of pictures left. Okay, nice. Teflon toilet with an electric flush button, wash basin. There's no mirror here, or maybe there was once in the day. It's not here now. Window, I can't see any discoloration or everything that looks problematic in here. This cabinet holds a few pipes here and there. You definitely want to have a look in there, what's going on, and if the floor is not wet or anything like that. Nice shower cubicle that you can walk in and close yourself. I think it's good enough for regular sized grown-up. It does look clean, the walls, but here it may have been siliconed, which is not bad. These areas are made out of plastic materials, so yes, every now and then through the years you will need to clear off the old silicone and lay new one, just to be sure that nothing's gonna get in the cracks between the 2 panels. This way you'll prevent any water getting underneath there, starting to go around the caravan floor and making it a way bigger problem. So even if it's done, it's not something big that you need to worry about, because I would suggest you do it yourself once you purchase a caravan like that. Okay, what do we got here? And that was our last picture. So in this caravan, we had quite a few pictures. We can actually see that it's in its original form. There's nothing worrying us just from looking at these pictures. But again, we didn't have the corners. We didn't have the spaces underneath the sofas. And we didn't get nothing close to the top corners as well, where all problems usually start from. I would say 3 points are enough for the pictures of this caravan, because they could have been done a little bit better. And now let's jump down to the description, just to see what we have with this caravan. So not a bad description after all. They do state everything that will come with the caravan, and they've pointed out every single item that you're supposed to have with a purchase of your new caravan. People are not pushing in your face that these are extras that they give in to you for free. Exactly the opposite. You're gonna have them because they're part of the caravan. You're getting an awning as a bonus and pretty much all the necessary information that you might want. I think that this caravan's description deserves 2 points. But now let's go to the header again and see the most important bit of all, the pricing. Coming back to the top, we see £4,150. And let's think on that again for a little bit. Considering that the caravan is 2006, stated from the owner, that'll need to be checked with the CRIS number and the paperwork that comes with the caravan. The state of it is actually quite good. I'm pleased with the internal and the external look of the caravan myself, so I would consider to be able to judge for myself, is this caravan actually worth its price? But just looking at the price they're asking and seeing how they've explained everything in the advert, I think that this price is closer to reasonable, not like on the previous caravan. Maybe depending on the state of it in person. That might change the price a little bit, going down, if we manage to find any flaws with it. But for the minute, I think that this price is actually quite reasonable, and it does deserve 2 points. So what did our two caravans get today? The Audis Odyssey got 12 points, and the Bailey Pig Series 5 got 7 points. And what does that mean? Even though the caravans look wonderful and good on the adverts, today we saw one which is in its original state and one which has been freshened up, so it has a nicer, newer look and probably be a little bit more appealing to the future buyers. I think that's where the key for our question today lies. A caravan deal is not necessarily made only on the spot. Whilst browsing through the internet and through different websites for adverts, we are supposed to be able to make some sort of assumption for ourselves if something is good or bad. In today's examples, both of them look good, but if you ask me for my honest opinion, I would say that the Audis is the bad deal out of the two. This is my opinion because I've interacted with various types of caravans through the last few years, and I've seen ones that look good on the outside and are actually good on the inside, but also examples that look freshened up, look nice to the eye, and after that cause you a heap of pain. For me, the Bailey is the obvious winner for today, and the Audis is the spotted bad deal that we're trying to look out for. Thank you for joining me in Caravan Watch today, and I'll see you in the next one.